Today is Wednesday, March 29th, 2017. Welcome to the Survivor Fans Podcast. I'm Joanne.
And I'm Stacy.
And this is our recap of Survivor Game Changers Week 4.
That's right. This episode was titled Dirty Deed. That was courtesy of Sandra. They came so close to being able to use some AC/DC music there for the episode. But I think she actually has an even better title for the episode that comes a little later on. So I'll make sure to mention that when we go through. But yeah, she said this mess that they're in now is all due to JT's dirty deed. Previously on Survivor, Andrea for the win, Tavua's second win overall. There's a twist, 2 tribes, 1 tribal council, 1 vote out, which results in utter chaos. JT leaks Nuku's plan, and Ty saves Sierra Dawn Thomas. So they gave the credit to Ty. I think it was really Brad, but okay. It was a little minor.
They should have given it to JT.
Yeah, exactly. See, you're on board. JT the mastermind. I got it.
No. Yeah, I think we saw that tonight.
So
yeah, there you go.
Another 2-day cycle that we get. So this is all going to take place on, night 11, but then day 12 and day 13. So they get back from tribal council, and Sandra wants to know, how did Ty know who to give that idol to?
Sandra didn't sound like that, though.
Yeah, how did she sound?
Sandra's always more intense.
Oh, I think she's sweet about the whole thing. How did Ty know? I just want to know. JT thinks somehow he's going to take the secret to his grave, which he's somehow managed to. He's like so in the moment that he's forgotten that there are cameras recording the whole thing.
Well, they can't prove it right now, I think was his point. They can't prove it during this game, and after the game, who cares?
He's trying to smooth it over, but Varner's not having it. Varner asked him, "What else did you tell Culpepper?"
Well,
and that's when we get the title for the episode from Sandra. This is JT's
I think it was
deed.
Great that he stuck with that. They can't prove it. I'm not going to admit it.
And in a pretty rare, I believe, a fairly rare set of circumstances, Sandra makes the call right here at the beginning of the episode that it's JT's time to go. And there's certainly going to be reason to think that's not the case as we go through here. But
well,
a lot of people were thinking he was going. How many did you say in JSFL?
139 people thought he was going, including you and I.
Yeah, when you hear that early on in the episode like that, it certainly is normally cause for concern. It's usually your first hint that, you chose poorly.
Well, I put him last week too, so I thought I just
gonna hang with
sure he was going last week, so I thought, no, if I change it this week, he'll go for sure.
Okay, so morning of day 12 there at Nuku, JT gets some coffee and decides, hey, it's time to search for an idol.
He thinks he might go too.
Yeah.
Regardless of what he said.
And then, bing, bang, boom, he finds a clue and he finds an idol because everyone's conveniently away from camp. I think the bing bang boom plan was working here. Step 2, find an idol. Step 1, get rid of Malcolm. The mastermind hard at work.
Could we say on this week's episode?
We are. He just found an idol.
Get rid of Malcolm.
What did you think of that?
Last week, honey.
What did you think? I said that was step 1. I said this was step 2, so I wanted to clarify step 1. You give me the zip it symbol.
Zip it.
Symbol. Sign.
Zip it.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Reward challenge?
Well, you asked me a question. I was going to answer it, but
go ahead.
I think that it just seems so convenient that what they weren't looking really before.
Yeah, Malcolm told us that they spent hours looking as a group, right?
So I don't know. It just seems like they were awfully easy to find all of a sudden.
I see.
I'm not saying that production had anything to do with it. I'm just saying that
anytime someone adds the word "just" to a sentence, I'm pretty sure it's the opposite of what they're saying.
I will stab you with my pen if you don't stop.
Okay, how about a reward challenge? Let's talk about peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter jelly time. Ooh.
I cracked myself up. Mm-hmm. Okay.
A not uncommon occurrence, I might add.
Hey, If you can get a laugh, get it wherever you
There you go.
Okay, so
I tickle myself.
the grappling hook and balance, that all looked really tough for a reward challenge to me.
Well, I thought it was great.
It was, but it looked really tough to me.
Why? You think the grappling hook's that tough?
No, not so much, but balancing the balls.
Oh, the balance thing, yeah.
That was-
Unless you're Ozzy.
Ooh.
That looked
Well, it looked
quite
a little difficult even for Ozzy.
Yeah, he struggled a little and then he found his bearings.
His ball bearings.
That's all you.
Okay, somebody tripped my switch. Okay, let's flip it back.
Okay.
Anyway, I enjoyed the challenge, but
I liked
got
Zeke calling out when they were strategizing because they give you some rare strategy insight because of what's going to happen at the end of this, right? So they showed a little bit on Tavua with Zeke saying, oh yeah, I do slide puzzles on my phone all the time, which is awesome practice, which is exactly what someone who's wanting to be on Survivor would want to be doing is practice slide puzzles before myself. So I really loved hearing him say that, and it's like, oh, he's going to nail it. I don't know if anyone else will have a chance, but I bet he's got it.
I don't know. I'm still bum puzzled by the whole strategizing thing and Debbie. That did Hali take a long time? We don't really know, do we?
No, you don't really
It
have
didn't
perspective because you
seem
don't
to.
see it go down in real time.
But we know for a
They
fact
jump cut through it.
Debbie didn't zip across in 30 seconds.
Definitely not, from what we got to see.
Maybe one of them was 30 seconds and then back to the beginning and 30 seconds and back to the beginning. But we did see that, right? I'm not nuts.
Yeah, we saw her say in the beginning that she's really good with balance, and Culpepper
Brad said,
said,
"Okay, you do balance."
you be one of the ones that handles the balance." So Hali, she struggled a little, she got over it, and then it was Debbie's turn, and Debbie couldn't finish.
Well, she did finish after
I don't think that
the
counts
first
as
two won.
a finish.
She got over. She got across.
Yeah, I don't think that counts, though.
She was just about there.
Yeah,
Wonder who was going to do the butt puzzle for their tribe.
I don't know. I
Had they been
didn't.
given the opportunity.
Who hadn't done anything?
Sarah, maybe? Sarah?
No, she was doing the grappling hook.
Sarah did something too.
Different tribe.
Oh, sorry.
You got it on the screen right here to your right on the
Yeah,
big TV
I know, I know.
screen.
I can't.
No excuse for
can't
your
see
goof in the
that
Tavua.
screen with my reading glasses.
Okay.
Silly.
Look at me.
I have
See?
store-bought
I do the
glasses. Yes, you
And
have.
I can look over the top.
You have glasses from the doctor.
Yeah.
I use over-the-counter glasses.
That's on you.
So these glasses, I can't see up there.
I can't see through mine either. That's why I look over the top.
Okay.
I take this little extra step.
You see how much bigger mine are than yours.
I think my nose is a lot bigger than
Okay.
yours.
I don't think
I got a lot more to rest it
I
on.
don't think anyone cares. So let's go back to
Okay. I'm
what
just
else
trying
you
to
got
get
for
you on the page.
challenge? What else you got?
Well, I think you definitely do see Michaela acting out. When she brings that first bag back with the first ball and she slams it down on the platform on the base that the tribe's at, there's no call for any of that. And I'm sure she's probably going to tell us on an extra that she was just so overwhelmed with emotion with finally being able to make a contribution that that just got the best of her or whatever. But it seems like it's a pattern.
She seems a little different this season. Do you think it has anything to do
Sure.
with the fact that she went back to back?
Absolutely should not have gone back to back. It never was in her best interest. You got to imagine everyone goes through an incredible struggle, and you don't get to hear a whole lot from the ones who make the decision not to, who get an offer that don't. But anytime you're offered a 1 in 20 chance or 1 in 18 chance at $1 million, you go, oh, okay, that's better odds than I'll ever get again.
She got voted off early enough. She had quite a bit of time. It wasn't just the 2 weeks in between. Yes, she was away from home.
You're talking about
still.
physical recovery.
Yeah.
But you need to mature emotionally. You need to mature
Well,
in different types of intelligence.
some people never do. So
Yeah, okay. She looks at me. Yeah.
I wasn't saying that, but
So, yeah, Zeke did an
Guilty
awesome job on the
conscience.
slide puzzle, and Sandra did too. She did really well. She got the
yes, she did.
got the second, and that's what shut Debbie out. But Debbie tells us at the end of the challenge there in her confessional that we lost, and it's a dictatorship with Brad telling folks what to do.
My mouth, see, is still hanging open.
Yeah,
It's just like, what?
they're not letting her get away with it. They went back to that little cut, that little segment where she said she's good with balance,
I'm
and
good
she
with
wanted
balance.
to do it.
So yeah,
that's on her.
they replayed that
everything
just so
that's
we could all see.
about to happen there. Yeah, it gets confusing for sure. But we're going to come back to that. First, we're going to take a little side trip there on day 12 to Tavua, and we're going to see SierraT telling us, who's on the Tavua tribe, you might recall, hon. Sarah. Yep, I'm getting stabbed with a pen.
Put the ink part in.
You did, so you didn't mark on my shirt. Sarah's telling us that they're dominating now, but she needs more options, so she's going to reach out to Troyzan. What'd you think about how she played that?
I don't know. I didn't think it was the smoothest thing. It was almost like she was threatening him at times, but Troyzan has nowhere to go, so I'm sure he was.
She knows how to talk like a criminal. She's going to talk to him like a criminal does.
However she talked to him, I'm sure he was thrilled. Have anybody talked to him about
he did,
playing with him?
He did comment on that and said, "You're the only one that's talked to me."
Yeah, that's what I'm
saying.
saying.
So they're shutting him out.
So I don't think it mattered how or what Sarah said other than, hey, keep my options open.
Everything they show you is usually significant in some context. So, okay, we're supposed to remember this. This is going to come up again, right? There's going to be some reference to this. This is important. So, she tells him she's going to hunt for an idol and she needs him to have her back while she does that in that context. And he's got the idol. He's got the idol, so he's like, yeah, no problem. That's great. And maybe he's got an ally. So really, when you step back and look at this, the end is, hey, maybe his chances improved a little bit on his tribe.
Yeah,
so
maybe not.
It was a potentially a good sign for him, but he does have an idol. He is one of the ones. So
I think she would have voted for him had they lost. But I think it's smart of Sarah to have a backup plan if she sees something else.
Especially when no one else on her tribe. People who should know better. Zeke, he really should know better. I expect better play out of him. Same thing with Ozzy and Cirie and Andrea. You know why they're doing what they're doing, but there's really no reason this early in the game to be shutting someone out and isolating them.
Why alienate anyone in the game of Survivor?
Unless he was he was up to some of his old tricks. But they would show us if he was back to "This is my island."
Yeah, I don't.
There's no cause for that yet.
No, I don't think he would even think that at this point.
Okay, let's go to the really awkward, uncomfortable moment in the episode now.
At the Mana Tribe.
Yeah, still day 12.
Angry Debbie.
Why don't you just vote me out?
Yeah, you four decide and then vote me out. What's she? Give Hali my wardrobe? Is that what she said?
I don't know.
I was like, what? What are you talking about?
I don't think any of us are really surprised to see Debbie in this kind of a situation. Certainly you would have hoped that it didn't happen. And she's got her fans too, but there's always been something that was off, that felt odd or wrong. And boy, does she reinforce that with this
Big
little
time.
sequence of events that goes down. Culpepper, he's just clueless. He's like, I don't know what she wants. The only thing I can tell you about her, she's unpredictable.
Well, he's not the one to talk to her anyway. Now, do I think that he might have talked down to her or not respected her? Yeah, but so what? You don't have to respect him either.
Yeah. Here's the thing. When you got someone like Debbie who's so eager to tell you all of their accomplishments, all the things they've done, all the reasons why their training are significant, all the stuff that we saw in her first season, right?
We knew she was a gymnast before, though, right?
Go wrong and all the. I didn't remember she had an 8-pack, but she told us she had an 8-pack this time.
I still didn't see it, but
so
maybe.
When you're doing if you're saying those kind of things around me, I'm going to think you're a poser. And I am not going to invest any energy in you, right? I'm not going to look to invest in you in any significant way. I mean, it's very alienating to have someone run around and tell you how they're experts in all these different situations. And she's a known quantity now. It's not like their first time. There's stuff in her past that people out there are are going to know about her, right? There's a decent chance that some of the people that she's playing with know about her conviction for that water tampering thing that happened in the lab that she worked in. And so, yeah, when you act
She
away...
didn't serve time for that, though, right?
I don't think so. I think she pleaded out. But when you act that way, you don't invite respect. So I guess I'm not surprised.
Well,
what I was looking for is
hard.
evidence of what she was saying.
Yes.
And Ty backs her up. Now, I can't tell if that's Ty doing his thing to stir stuff
Yeah,
up.
that's just...
Or because he's clueless socially. But he said, yes, he doesn't show you much respect.
But he would say that regardless, just to, I think, to try to soothe her and calm her down.
You think that's Ty the nurturer trying to help her?
No, I'm
he
saying
would say,
it could
tell
be
her what she wanted to hear?
absolutely true, or it could be Ty he has to agree with her to help calm her down. So it could be either or. I don't know.
I wish they would have shown us more of the exchange.
With Hali and Sierra.
Yeah, I wanted to hear Hali and Sierra respond more.
Well, Hali just seemed like she didn't know what she's talking about. She's like, you mean with Brad?
Yeah.
She's like, what? What are you saying? And I thought, and
that was a straight up mean thing to say to Hali.
Yes, it was. And it certainly wasn't in any way respectful, nor was any of the screaming and yelling at anyone in your tribe respectful. So let's have that out there to start with.
She seems very jealous that Hali has Brad's attention.
Oy.
Brad's favoring Hali.
Well, and I had said to you before when we were talking about that maybe she got a little bit jealous because Brad has been at the previous tribal. He was really spending a lot of time talking to Hali and attention on her, trying to make sure she was with us. And Debbie kept getting up and whispering to Brad, but Brad was trying to talk to her and get her. And you mentioned, he called her blue eyes. Maybe she was jealous.
Yeah,
that Debbie got jealous from all the attention she wasn't getting. Or
right, there may be the way that he's talking to Haley's different than the way he's talking to Debbie.
But the way everyone ran over to, Sierra and Hali, well, we better go talk to her. Mm-hmm. And then Ty, I just wanted to help calm her down. Mm-hmm. It's like, is this just how she gets attention?
Brad, pitches a fit, so people do that. Yeah. And Brad apologized. I thought, I bet you he has no clue what he's just trying to give her something she wants. Well, no, that wouldn't be surprising
at all. But anyway.
Well, how do you know what's going on in this situation?
You don't with someone in that situation.
And then you see something that's really off-putting. I had a relative that had, he experienced some brain damage, and he would have he would laugh at just really, it's not necessarily inappropriate, but just odd times. It just like, you're laughing out of context. There's nothing, this isn't the time when anyone else is thinking of laughing. And when she says that, the line that we saw in the next time on Survivor, I was loyal to you and you crushed my heart.
When she screamed it.
Yeah. And she turns around and screams it at him. And then she turns back around and she's doing this fake, exaggerated laughter afterwards.
I know, that was weird.
I thought that's always, anytime I see people do that kind of stuff, it puts me on edge. I'm like, this person's not right. There's something,
off.
in that kind of a response.
Well, I thought it was good for Brad. I have to give Brad that, he tried to apologize for whatever, whether he'd done anything or not, just to diffuse the situation, and soothe things over. He tried. Yeah. But I think she just really wanted everyone's attention on her. I don't know how she thinks that's going to help her in the game.
I think the thing that caused us to rewind it so many times was about her saying that she got over so quickly versus Hali taking all the time.
30 seconds.
And our first impression was, you just switched places with Hali in your explanation of what we were shown.
Yeah.
Right? If anyone, Hali had a misstep and then got over, was kind of how it went down for us watching her segment of the balance. Well. And then we're just shown Debbie failing over and over again, and Prope's commenting on it multiple times. So it was weird to see her switch places with what we had been shown, effectively switching it around to say that.
Did she just get really, really jealous because they both said they could do balancing and Hali actually did it?
Was better, yeah, in the end.
But I just didn't see anything that really should have sparked that. So I would be interested to know from someone other than Debbie on that tribe, what their opinion of what actually went down. Maybe we can ask JT.
In the previous episode, we saw where Sierra Don Thomas basically shushes Debbie because Sierra's picking up that Ty has something important to say, and Debbie's doing one of her things where she's like talking over Ty or kind of shutting him down, and Sierra does that. Maybe everyone's been kind of doing that. Maybe they got tired of her, and she's feeling some of that.
Mm-hmm. Well,
it was bizarre. But you know what helped after that moment was that beautiful school of shimmering fish. It was like, okay, we're going to cleanse your mental palate. Look at these shiny fish. Look how pretty they are.
Pretty.
Yeah, look at the pretty fish and
I know,
forget
my brain
the
was
crazy
just
lady there.
I still was got my confused face on, what? What?
But the fish helped me. Okay, it's Nuku, day 13. Michaela informs her.
Then we go right to the other camp that's having
we're going to have
issues.
more conflict. Yeah, it's an episode about conflicts. Michaela puts her order in. 7 drips of coffee.
Was she trying to irritate?
And a spoonful of sugar.
And a spoonful of sugar. Okay, I won't try to sing. Okay, 7 drips. I don't know how you even get 7 drips, but...
Yeah, it was just kind of goofy. It wasn't even a shot. It sounded like a shot, kind of like an espresso shot or something like that. She was thinking it was along those lines, but okay. But
she
for whatever reason,
wanted a buzz.
That doesn't sit well with JT. He tells us that's ignorance, and he's annoyed. Basically, it's some slightly damp sugar. So... yeah, it's about getting sugar.
I think he was already annoyed with her, so it didn't take much.
Well, yeah, we knew everyone has been struggling with her from early on. We heard that from other folks.
Yeah, even Malcolm said that.
Well, and before that there were issues with her. So,
Well, JT put it as though Michaela's already losing her bearings out here.
Yeah,
and she's
tired
unstable.
Of babysitting her.
Even in the challenge, she was unstable. They had to babysit her.
Wow.
And he's really tired of it.
You got to give it to Sandra here.
I love you so much, Sandra.
She sees weakness in both parties, in both Michaela and JT.
She went,
and says, yeah.
How can I use this?
Up. And she goes over and empties the sugar jar. And Varner's like, what are you doing? He doesn't even know what to make of what Sandra's doing, that face he makes.
She's like,
yeah, I'm going to start a fight. I'm going to get them to go at each other.
I'm going to finish off all the sugar. Really.
And that's where I think that was the other potential title for this episode, which was A Sweet Idea. He's going to add fuel to the fire.
That would have been great.
And it just tickles the heck out of Varner. He gets a full-on belly laugh going when he's telling about it in the confessional.
Because they said nobody eats sugar but JT and Michaela, which I found interesting anyway.
Yeah.
And not a lot of people were drinking the coffee either.
I don't see. You said that when we were watching. I'm not sure they're saying that, hon.
I think Michaela
they were talking
said
about
a couple
the sugar.
of people drank the coffee.
They're talking about the sugar, not necessarily the coffee. But we'll ask him.
We'll go back and look.
Yeah, we'll get a chance to ask him.
That's right.
Yep. JT, he's
and then Varner's like, yeah, where'd it go? How did he not laugh right there?
Yeah, he's all up for it at that point. He tells Michaela, it's no secret, honey bun. It's all right. We know who had the sugar, talking to Michaela. And that gets her just revved up and ready to go for sure. She tells us in her confessional. She's so angry she wanted to kill him, she says.
Yeah, that was a little bit disturbing.
She's got 2 settings. It's just on and off with her. It's all binary.
Yeah, but
she's
to even say that.
Yep.
It was, I thought, a little bit out there, too. So I think she is struggling a bit out there.
All right, let's tap out of there and we'll head back over to Mana. Ty's feeling a little uneasy. Doesn't know where he's sitting with all this conflict going on. So he goes off to look for an idol. No repercussions. He evidently has a long amount of time, even though he's worried about how long he's gone. But finds a clue, and he's close.
I thought they said they weren't going to hide it in the normal places. It was in another tree.
You know what? I bet you they'll tell us, and it just feels like a cop-out to think it. But that they, We hid the idols in other places. We didn't say we weren't going to do different things with the clues.
Oh.
But sure enough, the clues in the same old place. It's always, stuck in a tree.
Well, at least
in a
it
hollow
was
part of a
stuck
tree.
up behind the bark or
We've
something.
seen that before. That's,
It wasn't in the first place he looked, but I could tell by the music. I said it, oh no, the music, JT's going to find it. That's Find the Clue music.
Right.
So,
And certainly Ty found it, but he didn't have enough time to work out exactly where it was. So the clue said, soak a wooden board. When your tribe motif magically appears, dig below and see if you have scored.
well, yeah.
And there's one place, and the camera gives us the hint. There's one place where there's wood.
Wood is
at
the
their camp.
well.
Yeah, they're at their well, where they've placed something wooden.
I don't think it'll take him that long to find it. He has to just make sure nobody's around when he
Or
walks up when he's doing it.
To have an opportunity to, yeah. That assumes some period of time, doesn't it?
Well, he might want to find it before they move him.
Time for the community challenge. What'd you think about this challenge?
I thought it was very good.
Ends with slingshot, so it's got to be great.
Jeez.
Yep, climb over a wall, walk that great old big box over there, spin the key off, and then transport the bags. I was worried for my boy Varner, though.
Well, that's the interesting thing. They're down in numbers now where both Sandra and Varner, everybody had to play but Cirie.
Yep.
And so they're having to play even their weaker players now.
Yep.
So I think it was nice that they showed us a little bit more of their strategy talk. I'm sure they did it just because of, Debbie and the situation.
Pitches a fit.
And then that's about it. She pitched another fit.
Yep. She went
and
toddler on him.
That's exactly what I thought. That's like a little, no, and now I'm not going to play.
Right.
I'm not doing it, even if you want
Taking
me
my
to.
stuff and going home.
I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
Like, alrighty then.
And she gets over the obstacle first. Brad, did you notice I finished first? Did you notice I was first over? He just
didn't
says,
see that.
I love you. I don't know why you're mad at me, but
I love you.
Debbie.
I don't know why you're mad
Knock
at
it
me.
off, all right? He didn't say the last part. That was just me thinking it.
Well, you can
Debbie,
see-
shut up.
They put him in between, the two stronger people,
Mm-hmm.
Sierra and himself, so that they could they wouldn't miss her.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't too much she could mess up because they could do it on their own anyway.
She started to. He had to tell her to get over on this other side, on the other side of him, because he was in the middle. But, yeah.
Oy.
Tavua blew through the balance beam. Did great. First to the slingshot. Nana got there second, then Nuku.
Before we get away from the topic of Debbie,
Okay.
she said it again when she's having the little, tantrum.
Mm-hmm.
She said it again. It took her 30, 30 seconds
Took her
to do
10
it.
minutes.
And took her 10 minutes. Took me,
30 seconds.
30 seconds.
Yeah.
And nobody said anything. Again,
Right.
I don't know. We never heard anybody say anything. Nobody said
Contradict her
Debbie.
in any way.
It really didn't happen. And I can see why they wouldn't right before
Sure.
the challenge.
Or at all. They're just certain
Oh, yeah.
people you don't want to pay the tax with. You don't
Yeah,
want
I
to
guess
engage.
that's why they didn't. I was still a little bit
It's just
hung
like
up
a
on
troll. You don't give energy to a troll, so don't give
It's like,
energy to Debbie.
It really didn't happen that way.
But yeah, we don't get any clear answers as to how it really did go down.
Well,
for sure.
okay.
Yep, so Mana did fantastic. Even though they were second to the slingshot, they actually end up winning first. Not that it matters necessarily the order here in this case, like it does in the reward. And then it came down to a real nail biter between Tavua and Nuku.
I really thought Tavua was going to win, hands down.
Mm-hmm.
I
As
just thought,
Ozzy
oh,
and
yeah, Ozzy
JT
and
take it down to the very end. One more board to hit with the slingshot
But-
to knock it over, and Ozzy pulls it out when JT misses.
Well, we were still not thinking we were getting any vote off points because
He had
we
an
had
idol.
JT and he had an idol, and so
And plus Sandra said he was going at the beginning. So these are all signs
Yeah.
that do not point in the direction of him
and
leaving.
they're setting it up with Michaela and everything. So
And Michaela tells us after that challenge that she left last time after a slingshot challenge. So she's hoping that isn't
same thing can't happen to me twice.
going to be a repeat. Yeah.
I hope. So that was good, them throwing that in.
Yeah. So we go back to the Nuku camp since they lost, and they're going to have to go to tribal council. I'll mention there was a giant ray here. Great, beautiful shot of the giant ray. There's a lot of great scenery, and we didn't mention it, but they were back at that really cool location out in the middle of the ocean for the reward challenge, which we loved so much last time. Yep, Aubry is telling us in her confessional that the Fijian gods are not loving their tribe, and she can't remember how to pronounce the tribe name at this point.
She can't say Nuku.
Yeah. JT's making his pitch. He's telling them that he can offer more than Michaela. A lot more to offer. You're going to get a lot more with me.
Okay.
It starts running Michaela down.
You just have to love Sandra and Varner in this episode.
Yeah.
And how they played things.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to give too much credit to Varner. It was more Sandra, but he was just enjoying it.
Swing.
He was along for the ride. Yeah, he becomes very critical.
But who's a bigger threat to him, really, as far as challenges and stuff? There's no competition with him and JT. JT wins hands down, probably whatever it is. Sandra, he's got a chance against.
Yeah, I would think this would be a tough one on him. But let's talk about. Let's get back on track. We'll come back to his decision in just a second.
He just enjoys Sandra.
Yeah, well, definitely.
She's fun.
Yep. So Sandra decides that she's gonna court Michaela. And if she can get Michaela and Varner, she'll have enough to get rid of JT.
Mm-hmm. And Varner had even said, well, what if he's got an idol?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, then we have to convince him we are 100% with him.
Yeah, Sandra's like, you got to trust in me.
About this time, we were like,
she needs
oh my
vengeance
gosh,
for
he's
Malcolm.
going to go.
Yeah. And
they're going to get him.
Thinking the other way. Somehow she's going to get him to be confident because she's made Michaela this big target for him.
Mm-hmm.
And we cut to a scene right after this. The sharks are back, Kenny. Great little scene of the sharks right there on the beach. And Sandra's talking to Varner and saying, hey, the three of us can make this happen. And that's when we get Varner talking about he's essentially in the swing vote position at this point. So I was trying to decide, too, what did I think was best for him? Because he could have just as easily gotten rid of Sandra here. And I think for whoever does that becomes one of the most significant events in the game with regards to their overall story arc.
I like what someone said in the feedback about it's too soon. You know, it would make a bigger impression if you do it later, deeper into the season.
Yes and no. I think anytime you do it, it's yours. And there are not many occasions like this when you're the swing, and it can really be your decision.
I still think he could go a lot deeper in the game hanging with Sandra.
Possibly. It's just that she's such a huge target. I don't think I would want to attach...
Well, what better shield?
I don't think you would want to attach your game to someone like that.
Well, you don't have to attach your game.
That's what I just heard you say.
Well, everything's fleeting vote to vote.
Not necessarily. It's not. Certainly wasn't for Sandra in the case of this vote. She was all about getting vengeance for Malcolm. That's what this was about for her. Yeah. So, I don't know about fleeting vote to vote. Some people remember things. And I think probably it hinged for him.
Your loyalty.
It hinged for him on the fact that JT's a winner, too. So I think he would have had a better chance running JT than he would have running Sandra. So this seemed like a really tough decision to me. And it would have left the tribe in a little better position to potentially win if you were making that a priority to get rid of Sandra. Now, you're the next to go, potentially, if you don't have the numbers, because he is the weakest person there. He probably has the least to offer. She's got more. She did the slide puzzle, so at this point I'm thinking, she could probably out-puzzle
him. If she goes, he's right behind her, because there's nobody in front of him anymore. He's
just
the next
depends on what the
person.
Numbers are, though, and how tight your numbers are.
He's still
because you could solidify numbers. I think Sandra probably solidified Michaela a lot more with this and how it all ends up going down. So it was a tough one for Varner, I think, decision-wise. I might have gone a different direction with that. And with JT, there's no way for him to know any of this, but JT could end up sharing that idol, so he doesn't know exactly all that he potentially gave up.
What do you mean he could potentially share the idol?
JT could end up playing it for him at some point if he would have made that. If he would have made the choice, to ally with JT instead of Sandra.
Yeah, I don't see that.
She doesn't have anything like that to offer right now. So, yeah, Varner's got a tough decision. Is he going to take out a threat in JT, or is he going to help resolve this attitude problem they have in camp with Michaela?
Tribal Council.
It's time.
Sandra tells us somebody leaked a name for Ty to give the idol to Sierra.
Yep.
Somebody leaked a name. But they were all running around and huddling and talking and this. So, she was leaving it out there that somebody did it.
Yeah, Michaela didn't waste any time. She's like right on JT. Yeah, he thinks he's running things.
Yeah, all the time. He thinks he's running everything.
JT said, yeah, camp life's tough with Michaela there.
Well, I think I had said, Sandra will wind her up and let her attack JT, and they'll let JT think, yeah, we got to get rid of her. And
she did a good job of winding both sides up.
Yep.
Yep.
Wind them up. I'm not a target. I love that.
Sandra goes right to the feud over the sugar.
Yep.
The one that she created.
JT tells Jeff, we're just tired of babysitting. But Sandra agrees with Michaela. Well, she has washed dishes. Well, she has done. She's thought, okay.
It was an interesting set of circumstances.
Just giving her, yeah.
Because as all this is going down, you're thinking, well, don't do anything. Don't tip your hand. Don't make him, don't say anything. I don't think that was. I think
JT just saw that as Sandra. We're voting her out. Let's give her something. I have seen her wash dishes, and I have seen her do. That's what it sounded like to me. I didn't think it put any jeopardy on.
You get a clear sense of where Aubry is on the whole thing. She says, yeah, it's rough with Michaela there, so she's not in Michaela's camp. From things that we've seen and heard before that Aubry's not in Sandra's camp either.
Yeah, Varner says, yes, Jeff, JT usually does speak for the tribe.
Yep,
he speaks
Sandra's
for us.
Quick to say that he doesn't speak for her, and so does Michaela. But Varner also says that, yeah, it is tough at camp.
Oh, I hate it, the JT said, well, some of us aren't game changers. We're just filling space. I was like, ouch.
Well, she had already called him stupid prior to that. Michaela had said that's how stupid JT is. He thinks that I licked sugar out of the bowl.
Yeah, nobody could get their tongue down in there.
Yeah, it had escalated already. So, yeah.
Maybe with a spoon or something or a stick. No, not. Okay, Aubry said, we have a quality of life issue going on. She didn't have a whole lot to say, Aubry.
Well, I think she was being
They're not showing her
judicious.
As much.
Well, it's because she doesn't have a significant role to play. This is nothing like her first season. She's been relegated to the sidelines this whole time. She's just struggling, hanging in there. Especially from that one extra video that we saw.
Sandra tells us with her vote for JT, the queen stays queen.
And the thing that got me the most was he didn't play the idol. Turned out there was a reason for that.
I didn't think he was gonna.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he didn't even bring it.
He says that later that he didn't. He left it at camp, I guess.
He was so confident that they were together, he didn't even bring it to tribal council.
Wow.
Who does that?
The guy who gets voted
JT.
out with an idol. Yeah.
Well, no, it's still back at camp somewhere.
Yeah, I know. I said he got voted out with an idol. He had an idol. He had an idol to save himself, but he got voted out.
Is it open game now if they go back and find it somewhere?
No, I think he gets his stuff, anything that he left.
But we don't know that he left it in his stuff. He could have buried it somewhere.
Yeah. How about that could be an interview question? What do you think?
Yeah, where's the idol, JT?
Yeah. Yep, so Sandra, Michaela, and Varner vote for JT, and he is out. Now, she does, this was very interesting for me. She got her canteen out and poured a cup of water there. And in the in-between seasons, she's had her YouTube channel, and she does these little segments that she calls Tea with Michaela B. And I think she just tied it all together. I think that was her tea time right there. Tea with Michaela. I'm sure there'll be another video this week because she's done a couple since the season has been going. Well, it kind of implied,
I'm not worried about going. I'm going to sit here and drink my water.
And I'm going to do my hair flip. Yep.
I'm not going anywhere.
And then she just adds a little salt to the wound on the way out. Tell Malcolm that you sent him home too. Make sure you tell Malcolm what you did.
Well, JT said I will.
Yeah.
He didn't even come back.
I don't even know if he was paying attention, but yeah. And Sandra admits to taking the sugar and starting all of it.
Do you think that was a wise move? That's what I question.
No.
Sandra,
she could have just left that alone.
Don't show your hand.
You know why she did it? I'm pretty sure I know why she did it.
Why?
She wants the credit.
She wanted the credit.
She wanted
At
acknowledgement.
tribal or something.
Yep.
Well, she could have held it out to get there.
Yep. She could have waited.
It just make these
It would have been a great part of her story. But
she did this to set
she's
JT up.
She's got a hunger that she needs that acknowledgement. She needs recognition.
Well, that I didn't like. That was the only thing I didn't, like, because I thought, oh, you put a bigger target on you. I think it's good, though.
You would have thought with the close call she might have been playing it a little safer, a little closer to the chest. But nope, she's still all out there.
Well, and Michaela hadn't let it go. That's why and I didn't do the sugar, Jeff. And Sandra's like, well, you got to give it to Aubry, too. She at least said, hey, you guys are good.
Why don't I have to give anything to her?
Because I said so.
Okay. And she's your USB?
No, I don't
She's
even remember half the time.
Way outside now.
She might be right now, but
that could change.
Drop your buffs
next time on Survivor. Yep, time to drop your buffs. Probst tells us the twists are never ending, and then he tells some lone individual,
you are going to Exile Island. So we think that means 2 tribes of 7 with one.
Right.
That'd be right with the numbers.
Yeah, they're at 15 now.
Yeah.
They're down 5. You know how I can tell that so quick and easy? I just glance up at Paul's amazing visual roster and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You really want to be stabbed, though. Okay.
Just reminding you it's up there. It's a tool you can use during the podcast.
What is this? One castaway is left stranded, and a former survivor makes a surprise return.
I don't know what that's about.
What?
But the odd person out who either doesn't, who opens their hand to reveal a colored rock and it's the only rock that's a different color, that kind of a scenario, right? Isn't that how they did it in Korong? Where they sent her off. What was her? I can't remember her name. The little young lady who was 18.
Angie?
No.
What was her name? Yeah, anyway. I know who you're talking about.
So it's like you're going to reveal and then he's going to turn to that person who's got that colored rock in their hand and say, you're going to Exile Island. So I think that's what that's about.
Well, yeah, that was a given. But
the thing is that they're there until the next tribal council, and then whichever tribe loses one,
they
will
go
get
there.
them. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what has been in the past.
Yeah.
We'll see if it stays that way.
So I'm thinking that's what it means, one castaway's left
But I don't
stranded.
understand this whole a former survivor makes a surprise return.
They're going to bring somebody out and have them run a challenge, maybe. Yeah, some part of a challenge, have them be some part of a challenge. I don't think one of these players is coming back. I don't think this is an outcast twist, if that's what you're asking.
No, not at all. I didn't think that. But I just don't know what it means. But that's why they left it hanging. And JT tells us, well, got a little overconfident in myself, and I didn't even bring my idol to tribal council. It was a foolish mistake, and I let myself down. I blew it. I thought, and the worst part is you're going to get attacked when you get to the Ponderosa, too, because Malcolm ain't going to be happy with you. He may be happy to see you.
Yeah.
Because he's mad at you, but he's going to want some explanation. So
yeah, JT's legacy, it's rough. It's like the worst fear of every winner, even probably of a returnee, to do worse each time you return.
But I still love him. He's just such a nice guy. And I still love JT, even if he hasn't been able to, And he did make a dumb mistake, not even bringing
Not just one.
Well,
Not just one.
Okay, well.
When you ruin other people's chances at a lifetime dream, someone who hasn't experienced what you've experienced as a winner, and you're responsible for it out of your what appeared to be pure ignorance, that's tough.
I don't know what all that was about, but
everybody that goes a little further in the game has blood on their hands, right? They're crushing dreams for the ones who go out.
True.
So that's.
But look at the people. Look at these survivor players that aren't even going to make the jury.
2 of the 3 winners.
These are the people that we usually forget their names. By the time the reunion gets, we're like, who?
I was out doing
a
a walk today, and I thought it just dawned. I don't know why it popped into my head, but I thought, oh, that's why Probst will talk to Malcolm at the finale. He'll ask him about the goats. The whole thing about killing the goats will come up, and that'll be how he ends up pitching it from JT over to Malcolm, so that for the first time in a long time, someone on the back row is going to end up making a comment, and it'll be Malcolm. Yeah, he's going to be so far back there.
Wow.
Yeah, the back row, the top row at the finale is going to be impressive.
Sierra, Tony, Caleb, JT, Malcolm.
Yep.
Whoa, who's going to be on the front row?
Yeah, so if we're right, and they're going to go to 2 tribes, and that one person goes to exile, they're going to be there for just a short while, and they might potentially merge after that. We could be just one episode away from a merge after this next one.
Let's see.
Right?
They usually
14,
do
13.
at least 7 out. There's 5 out right now. So I'd say, at least by the 3rd week out. And maybe a couple more eliminations. And
Not
then
too far away. Yep.
No. Well, and it came out this week that the finale is on May 24th. So they definitely going to have some double limbs then.
Yeah. Well, and they're cranking through these 2 days, too. So they end up getting rid of more people in the
last
same
week
period
and this
of time.
week. They're only 2-day episodes.
Right. It's another way that they accelerate getting people out.
True.
Okay, how about a JSFL update? How
I
did
can
folks
do that. Hatter, Noom, and Trey are still tied for first place with 22 points.
All right.
There were 18 people who lost their USB 24.
Tough. Yeah, between these last 2 weeks, man, that's really hitting
That's a
hard.
lot, yeah.
A lot of people gonna be thinking about who they're gonna pick come merge time for their replacement USB.
So there were 139 people who earned a vote-off point.
A lot of people thought he was going, us included.
Yeah, 42 people lost a safe point. As far as the challengers, Iron Dave is still in the lead with 21. With 19, we have Cole, Mike, and Nina. 18, Jeremiah and Jonathan. With 17, we have Brandon, Drew, Hubaloo, James and Shannon, Parker, and Stacy.
Back in the middle, just like I predicted.
Shut up about you.
Okay.
With 16, we have Seth.
All right.
And with 14, we have Jody.
All right. Good job, Jody.
Stay safe, Jody and Jay and all you guys up and
Oh, yeah.
getting hit by Cyclone Debbie.
It's a good ways away from them, right?
No.
I thought it was hitting up top in Queensland.
What do you think Jody is? She's
Melbourne?
in Brisbane.
Brisbane.
No, she's not in Melbourne.
Okay. How close is that?
She's right up there in it.
Oh,
Her and
goodness.
Jay.
Okay.
Rajmi isn't. She's
Helen.
in
Right, she's in Perth. Yeah.
So, yeah, all of you that listen
Yes.
to the podcast, we're thinking about you.
Yep, definitely.
Stay safe.
Absolutely. Just make sure to get your feedback in by noon Pacific time on Saturday.
You are silly.
Well, they may have extra time. They're indoors, sheltering from the storm.
With maybe no electricity or
Oh, I'm sure they have generators. Those Aussies are prepared
like
for
us,
everything.
we have a generator.
Yeah.
Right. Not okay, but we are thinking of you guys.
Yeah,
Seriously,
definitely.
hang in there. Okay. Anything else you want to say about the episode?
It was uncomfortable because of the conflict, but it was interesting to see this part of Debbie. I thought was always there. I thought something like this could happen in her first season, but it didn't. That we got the mellowing out or whatever. It got chill. I'm not surprised that it happened. It's just tough. It's always tough watching someone have a moment like that, especially when they seem like they got everything backwards at the same time.
Well, like I said, I wasn't even sure it was a genuine meltdown. I don't know how much of that was attention-seeking meltdown. I'm really confused by
Crushed
that.
my heart thing was just a little too
But here's the
weird.
thing. I have to give props to the other 4 for just being able to hang in there with it. Because everything else they're going through out there, you don't need that on top of it.
Definitely
Having
not.
to deal with that. That's not okay.
Right.
And so it looks like they at least handled it. And Ty had even said in a clip, he was scared. She scared him.
Yeah, we didn't actually see that during the episode, did we?
No, it was on the I think it was on the next honor. It was last week, yeah. But he said that it scared him. And I thought, well, I can see why
The
now. 'cause
intensity
she
of
just-
it, yeah.
Well, the intensity and that, they just, when people start screaming like that, that's just
Screaming, doing
out
push-ups.
of control.
Saying those kind of things and then turn around and cackle laughing is just...
If they weren't out on an island, they'd be going, we need to call someone to get over here to do a psych eval. Let's get somebody up here to check this out. But this could just be good TV in her opinion, wanting camera time or whatever. But, people don't usually get away with that out in the real world, at least not in my world.
You
sheltered.
live in a very sheltered, insulated world.
Well, I would just be like, whoa.
You've had your share of people.
Something's really wrong.
You've had to come across your share of people who've had issues. So,
well, of course I do.
Even in a similar off-putting way. So I think
that's true.
We all have a tendency to forget those kind of things. Hopefully you don't dwell on the bad.
Yes, but what I said stands true for the situations I was in. It's time for an eval.
You think she's going to quit?
No, I don't think for a second she's going to quit.
Well, when you run around saying vote me off, that's quitter talk.
Maybe. I still think it was somebody better come and give me attention and calm me down, because I'm having a hissy fit.
Yeah. So that part made it not as enjoyable, for sure, but it was certainly interesting to see how Sandra was able to do such a number on JT.
Well, again, it just made me just plain confused. Like, what? And
you're back to Debbie?
Yeah, it all just made me really confused.
Okay.
You said uncomfortable, but I was just confused.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't get it. What really happened? Can we all, the five of you, sit down, let's talk about this. Explain to me what really happened.
Well, we're certainly interested in finding out what you thought about the series of events that went down here in this week's episode. We look forward to hearing your thoughts about it and predictions for what we can expect from Exile Island and how that's going to play, who you think returning survivor twist, who's that going to be, how's it going to work into the episode, and any other thoughts and assessment with regards to the events in this week's episode and all the beautiful scenery that we were treated to. The voicemail number is 206-350-1547. The toll-free number 844-643-8737. The email joanneandstacyshow@gmail.com. When you're thinking about that feedback, think about whether you're writing it or calling the voicemail, recording it yourself. Keep it in that 3-minute range. We can get those little nice, concise blocks there. Some people are able to do. I'm always amazed that the folks that do so well with just like 30, 40 seconds worth of stuff. I'll have some feeder questions that I always put in the show notes for this recap episode to get your thoughts started and give you a place to start making some comments if you don't quite know where to start but you want to participate. And that's a great way to let us know you're out there. We don't know unless we hear from you. So that's just the way the podcasting works. Anything you want to add?
No, I was just thinking of questions for JT.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So we'll have an interview with him out tomorrow, and then we'll record the listener feedback show and get that out for you on Saturday. Have a good one.